fucking sick of that now, aren't we? Like, every email I get at work, Happy New Year, hope you had a lovely Christmas break. Like, fuck off, Jonathan, I've been at my desk since the 2nd of January. So, me and my brother, we've both got a really dark sense of humour, similar sense of humour. And one of our favourite things to do at the moment is to wind our dad up with incest jokes. Yeah, I don't really get it. He finds the idea of his son and daughter joking about sex a bit weird. What a loser. So, my dad had this big party at his house and he had loads of people stay over. So all the bedrooms were full. He decides that him and my brother are going to sleep downstairs on the sofa, and he gives me his bedroom. Now, the party goes on quite late. My brother has to get up early for work, so he comes upstairs and shares the room with me because there's people still downstairs in the living room. My dad finds out about this the next morning, and he's going, it's a bit weird, isn't it? Sharing a room with your sister? It's a bit weird. Like, bearing in mind he's got one of those, like, super king-size beds, so we were actually sleeping far enough apart that I had to text him to say goodnight. It's a bit weird, isn't it? Sharing a bed with your sister? Bit weird? I was like, yeah, but Dad, out of respect for the fact that it was your bed, we didn't have sex. And then my brother just chimes in without missing a beat and goes, yeah, we just did some hand stuff. Oh, sadly, that's a true story. Okay, so I grew up in the 90s and the noughties, like, not that long ago at all, but the kids growing up today, they already have a massively different childhood to the one that I had. Like, my friend's 1-year-old already knows how to skip ads on YouTube. Yeah. Like, you know when you're at primary school and you accidentally call the teacher mum? Yeah? So, like, I saw this TikTok of this teacher and she said that nowadays mostly she gets called Alexa. And these kids were outside playing football in the garden next door to me. I heard them shout back inside, Mom, can you come and be our VAR? Does everyone know what an E&M relationship is? Like, okay, so it's ethically non-monogamous. It's basically an open relationship, right? So I've been in one of those for a little while now. And I get a lot of questions from like friends and family about like why you'd want to be in an E&M relationship. And I was trying to think of an analogy to kind of explain why you might want to do it. Okay, and what I've come up with is this. Sex is like the board game Risk. War. No, I'm kidding, it's not war. Sex is like the board game Risk. Like, there is a 2-player version. You'll play it, you'll have fun. But if there are 3 or more people there, you'll have a lot more fun. Or like Uno. You can play that with 2 people, but it's very your turn, my turn, your turn, my turn, your turn, my turn. If there's more people there, you can +2, you can reverse, you can wildcard, until no one knows who's coming or going. Or Monopoly. Actually, no, Monopoly's more like divorce. Like trying to like hastily grab assets before anyone else does, running out of cash and being wiped off the board by some rich fucker. Yeah, that bit's new. So I've been in a relationship for a little while. The first time that my boyfriend stayed at mine, it was during some really hot weather we had. And before we went to bed, he turned to me and said, do you want to keep the windows open or do you want to close them overnight? And I turned to him and said, yeah, it's fine, we can leave them open. It feels safe enough to do that with you here. And he stopped and looked at me with this really serious look on his face and said, God, I hadn't even thought about that. Like, as a woman, you have to think about your safety so much more often, and as a man, that stuff kind of passes you by sometimes, and God, in this day and age, I'm so sorry that that's still your experience in the world. And I thought, oh, this man. He doesn't know I'm talking about spiders. I didn't have the heart to tell him either. Like, he was having this really poignant moment, and I didn't want to admit that I needed a man in my life to help me get rid of bugs. Alright, before I go, I'll just leave you with this one really quick piece of advice. Never let a cat watch you put a tampon in. Like, it's not just like the weird, awkward eye contact they give you while you're squatting in that like really vulnerable position. No, but they love a toy on string. And they will fight you for it. Guys, you've been lovely, thank you very much.